Welcome to Musher's Tales. It's the last day of April 2021. Getting ready for bear trapping. I have 5 baits out already. Things are quiet. Season starts May 15th. On the way here we saw a bear. Tiny little thing. One that I saw last fall a few times. So not what we're looking for. This is the last spot I'm baiting for now. What do we have for our bears? Here we go. So got some meat, got some fat, and the goal is to see if there's anything in the neighborhood. So I like putting my meat in bags because it keeps the birds off for a while. You want some birds, but you don't want too many. So I used to never be happy unless I had 200 pounds of bait. And since I gotten older, it takes less meat to make me happy. Everything's frozen. I have to get the bait out today because tomorrow's meat day, and there's no more keeping meat outside. No more keeping dog meat outside. So bags didn't work out. Meat's frozen. It doesn't fit. So plan B. This spot here, I've been trapping bears here for this spot here, well, 20 years for sure. I have quite a few bears taken here. Typical black bear habitat, mixed forest, a lot of deciduous trees. You mix it with coniferous, obviously, mixed forest, but good southern exposure. Water close by. What's different from this spot from other spots I use is that when I kill a bear here, I actually have to drag them uphill a bit. Almost all my bear spots, I always fix it so the bait is uphill and I drag the bear downhill because bears are usually alone to take them out of the woods 99% of the time. So they're heavy, and they're not just heavy, they're awkward. So I like dragging them downhill and uphill. But this spot just works out that way. I have a bit of uphill. Never far from the car. I guess I'm like 150 feet from the car, maybe, from the truck. I have a N15 style trap here set permanently. Not a fan necessarily of these traps. They seem to be sprung more often than catch stuff. But yeah, so spot's number 6. So we'll throw this in a barrel. and put some stuff up top to keep the birds away a bit. And this will be a spot that's baited. So this is how we're leaving it. Now, first of all, before you start saying you're leaving a box in the woods, take a look around. Okay, I've been here for a long time. Okay, you'll see remains of bags nailed to the trees. And obviously I don't clean them all out because one of these days this is going to be logged. And you have to know the nails are in the trees because it's going to a sawmill. So the loggers just leave those trees alone when they see the nails there. So there's a few trees. Oh, I'm looking up a bunch of shag over there. See some shag and a yellow birch right there. So I take my my fat, I just tie it there. And why do I just tie it there? Well, so the bear's going to puncture it. You'll have a good feed. They like that stuff. Puts on fat in a hurry. I leave the box there and I turn it upside down. The birds have to work at it. Right now it's frozen. And then there's more. Then there's a barrel. Once the bear starts coming, then I'll start being a little neater and isolating him to one spot so I can see where he's going to put a foot. Always have a marten box here. It's a good box, usually produces every year. Little anecdote about this spot. I have somebody who brings me bear bait. And once in a while he has a camp out here and he goes by and he'll go by and he'll see if there's something in the traps or something. So often these traps are checked twice a day. When a bear's coming, often enough between him and I it's twice a day. Sometimes he'll check them twice. He'll check them on the way up and check them on the way down. So one day I'm out of town, going out of town in the morning, a day trip, because one of my daughters is graduating from university. So afternoon presentation. So we scoot down, we see it. When we were there, I got a phone call from Buddy. And he says, "You had a bear." That district was right here. He says, "You have a bear caught," but he says, "It's okay." He says, "I shot it." So no problem. So we get home, I come out, and I came here, and very alive bear, which I dispatched. And when I skinned it out, I was the only one that shot that bear. So Buddy, he thought he shot the bear. He shot, the bear crouched down, didn't move anymore. He assumed it was a dead bear. He didn't go up for a closer look because I told him, I said, don't, you know, basically if you have a bear, just call me, don't do anything. Right? But he decided to shoot it because I was out of town, so not, you know, maybe he shouldn't have, but it didn't matter because he missed. But he was sure that he connected with that bear. And I have a few stories like that, actually, that people tell you. Bears sometimes, yeah, they sham. You know, well, not that they sham. It's just that they, loud noise, they crouch down, they don't move, right? Act invisible. And it's gotten them out of trouble lots of times, so they hope it'll work that way again. This little spot here isn't much fun to drag a bear. And this little natural funnel here, the rocks on the right and the trees on the left, that's a good spot. I punched a few here. I mean, it's only about 2.5 feet wide. They make a little trail growing through here, so it's a little bit easier to get them to put their foot exactly where you want. When I talk about traps, I talk about foot snares. It's not a steel trap, it's a cable. So basically you grab them by a foot with a cable. Not much different from a foot trap, to be honest with you. It's a lot safer for the trapper to use though. So it's good for that. You can still get hurt, but it's safer than a big bear trap for a trapper. So for once the rules are on our side to help us out. Keep us safe. I don't know if you can see the grouse. I lost him. Can you see him? third grouse we see today. It's a male. I say today, it's only been out for about a half hour. Putting on a show. Male and female common merganser. Grand Arle in French. That's I'd say that's third or fourth pair we see so far this drive. We're seeing the little bear for another time. Yeah, I'm crowding him a bit too much. I don't know if you heard that. He slapped his jaws. Did you hear him? No, well, I'm talking to the camera. But he snapped his jaws. So, we're stressing him. We'll leave him alone. I don't know what he's always eating around here, but yeah. Trilliums are out, not flowered yet. Well, there's actually one flowering right here. When the trilliums are out, the bears are out. Pretty early for trilliums. Last day of April. They're already out and flowered. Some. We're lucky to have trilliums in our yard. Old Crosby here gets a look at trilliums. He's got one right there beside. Hey Crosby, you like trilliums? Good dog. So I'm back in the yard. At the furthest we were was maybe a half hour from the house. We're 15, well, more than 15, let's say 20 kilometers in the bush. You know, 10 kilometers of highway and 20 kilometers of bush road is where we put the last bait. The young bear was about 15 minutes from the house, 10 minutes from the house. A few things I'd like to say about that young bear. The first thing is that it's not a cub. Believe it or not, it's an adult bear. I saw it last fall. So last fall it had to be it was born in March. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. You had to be 8 months old when I saw it. So right now it's minimum, since they're born from March to March, a year and a half, roughly, right? Well, not quite a year and a half, I shouldn't say that. But it's over a year old, so it's a yearling. Definitely not a big bear, okay? Smaller than in the fall a bit, but obviously he hasn't eaten all winter, so he's going to get smaller. Not a bear I want to harvest, to be honest with you. It's happened in the past. It's not they sell well. They're good size to eat. They're not very big, but they're just. I'm not interested in killing a little bear like that. But a lot of people are going to want me to get rid of that bear, because the problem with a little bear is that it becomes a big bear. As you could see, it you know, it's not running away or anything. It's not doing what it should be doing. So as it gets older, it will become a problem. I was rather surprised to see it again, because I was quite sure that the wolves would have caught it this winter, pulled it out wherever it was and eaten it. So obviously the hole it was hiding in, its den, was too small for a wolf to get into, or else he wouldn't be there, because it definitely spent the winter where there was a lot of wolf traffic. Other thing about that little bear was, you probably could not hear it on the camera, but when I crowded it a bit, I guess I was maybe, I don't know, 15 feet away, it started popping its jaws at me, popping its teeth. When a bear does that, that's the last warning a bear gives you. When they start popping their teeth like that, it means like, get away because I'm stuck and something's going to happen. Now obviously that little bear is not going to do a whole lot. I mean, you could punt it like a football, but just something to pay attention to. I didn't want to stress the animal, but if there's ever a bigger bear and they start popping their jaws, it means like time to get away now, because the jaw popping's one of the last things they do before they say, well, I can't get away, and it's either fight or flight. And when they're popping their jaws, it's because flight isn't working, so it's fight's next. That little bear, he didn't climb the tree up. I guess he's a little bit of a lazy bear. I didn't find he moved very well in the bush either, to be honest. He could still be quite groggy. It takes a while for their metabolism to snap back and for them to be top shape. We've had coolish weather than very hot weather, so they might be denning back, coming out. If nobody bothers them, that bear's fine there. He's maybe a kilometer and a half from the bait, so hopefully he will not go there. And he's about the same distance from a camp, which I hope he doesn't go to, because what's very likely to happen with that bear is that he's going to disappear. Somebody's going to not like seeing him, and he'll disappear. So hopefully he lies low. When things green up, you'll be able to hide better. But they're fun to see, they're fun to watch. But they're not always fun in your backyards when they get bigger. That's it for this episode of Musher's Tales. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully there'll be more on this bear trapping series. We have to have something happen first, but stay tuned. Till the next time, and thanks for watching.